Firstly, I obviously want to thank the Permanent Mission of Gambia for hosting this extremely important event, and obviously for our most beautiful and talented Queen Blessing, incredible woman, to give us this opportunity to share our platform. Queen Blessing actually told me on day one when I approached her to put this great event on that when you put this on, you better have solutions because Gambia wants solution. You want solution. You don't want talk, talk, talk. You want walk, walk, walk. Okay? And the United Nations itself, as you can see from the face up there, is the General Secretary. He made an announcement recently that the UN itself, the largest intergovernmental organization in the world, must embrace blockchain. In fact, his organization has taken the step forward. His Children Fund, which accepts $6 billion, has now officially and legally accept Bitcoin and Ethereum within its donation. Do you know just how big a landmark that is? It is huge. Obviously, we want, on this stage, I'm joined by not just talkers, but walkers, like GUC here. They already have digital currency. So obviously, we want to use that money for good causes. Otherwise, we won't be upon this stage. So, yes, we want to do the action that you, the General Secretary, has said that must be part of this organization, digital currency, okay? Of course, there's a lot more to blockchain than digital currency, as Nicholas pointed out, and as I will obviously go into a bit more detail. So how are we going to do the walking instead of talking? All right, I'm talking a lot up here, but what am I walking? Well, I'm walking with my global organization, our collective, which I'm totally blessed to have absolutely amazing people. Obviously, Queen Blessing is one of the most talented. She didn't get her award from the President Barack Obama for just doing nothing. She's an absolute angel. She's empowering women around the world, albeit predominantly in Africa. She's promoting through her movies, through her book, and she's raising 4 beautiful children and a mother on her own. Damn, I can't even look after myself. Yeah, exactly. She deserves that applause, not me. And other walkers, I mean, there's a gentleman over there, Vincent, movie star, superstar, concert pianist, but he set his life apart with the riches and went out to field. He took a bullet literally to his head in Sudan, protecting children. Okay, if it wasn't for a Kevlar helmet, he won't be sitting there now. We'll be posting eulogies about him and his grave. Okay, these are the type of walkers that we have in our organization, all right? Not talkers. We have walkers that are willing to take bullets for people that they're trying to save. Now, I'm a coward. I'm not willing to go out there, even with Kevlar helmet or vest, to save anyone. But I will do my best to promote their mission and put the necessary campaign. So on this stage, you see, we represent the United Nations. We have Africa, we have European, and we have Asians. Okay, so we represent the world. And it's only the world that's going to save the world, not individually. That's why our organization is called Our Collective. And as you see, Queen Blessing with Global Empowerment Movement and Museum Future Foundation are 2 NGOs, are members of our collective. We Can Save Children will be an NGO soon, okay? So he's literally spilled blood and sweat and taken bullets to basically go out there and save millions of children in Africa. So he is doing his walking, not his talking. And we hopefully can generate donation where it's digital currency through people like GUC, Yascoin, to support campaigns like Queen Blessing, empowering women in Africa, like Vincent Lin, saving children in Africa, okay? So obviously our collective, through our global organization, we are affiliated to United Nations, which is leading the way. So thank you to all the UN members here that's helping us lead the way. So through our technology partner, obviously I'm sharing this great platform with GUC, and you heard from Yascoin as well, we want to implement. So we want to stop talking. We want to start walking. We want these digital currency here donated to great causes like We Can Save Children and Global Empowerment Movement. These are the people that are taking their action and turning them into taking the talking and taking it into walking, okay? So we must support the campaign, whether it's hard currency or digital currency, and the world is moving to a digital currency. So embrace it. The United Nations asks you to embrace it, so embrace it. So now there's a lot of fancy words, people saying AI and blockchain this, as Nicholas pointed out. I'm a physicist. I'm not touting it. I have a PhD in nuclear physics, so I'm very technology and, dare I say, smart. Okay, I've been to a lot of events that talk about blockchain AI, but like Nicholas said, most of them, to be honest with you, they just talk. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so let me make it clear: AI and blockchain are not the same thing. Okay, blockchain is a relatively new invention. Only just a decade old. AI has been around for 50 years. You probably watch movies on it, Terminator, etc. Yeah, that is AI. And that is real, okay? Few talk about it, but there is a danger of AI. If you do not program AI correctly, AI can be very, very dangerous. Russia reportedly has an automated weaponized system called Dead Hand that controls its nuclear weapon. Okay? There are drones that are flying over conflict areas that are automated. So the world is approaching what you're seeing in the movies, Terminator. Okay? And like in movie Terminator, the AI, if not programmed correctly, could turn on its creator, which is us. So our collective organization, like I said, we do great deeds. But we do great deeds because we base our principles on core commandments, on core vision that controls us to do goodness, okay? We are human, we're not born to do goodness. We're not born to do evil either. We're born innocent. When we grow up, we turn through our culture, through our interaction, through the peers, through our teachers, through our parents. That is what turns us either into good people or evil people, okay? So through our organization, we have our own commandment. Now, we developed this commandment so that it is programmable. It can be coded into command code. I call it AI moral code. Those command code can be programmed not just into the software, but embedded into firmware to protect the AI, to make, the way I describe it is to put humanity into AI, okay? Humanity into AI. So, blockchain. Well, Monker's a UN guy over there. He gave me one great line. I'm going to steal your phone. So Andrew said to you, there are 444 million phones in Africa. Through our organization, we want to aim so that there's 1 billion phone users in Africa. The reason why I mentioned this is the great line by Monker. How do we combat poverty? We want to have the poor turn every single poor in this world into its own private investor. That's an absolutely beautiful line that Monker gave me, okay? That is how we will liberate the poor. We will reduce the poverty. We will turn every single person, that whether they have $1.25, whether they have whatever it is, $4,000, whatever they have, they control it themselves, okay? They are their own investor. They are their own controller, no matter how poor they are, okay? Therefore, we don't want to just talk about it. We want to put it into action, okay? So that is a great line, okay? Turn every poor into his own private investor. That is ultimately one way of reducing and eliminating poverty. The other way of reducing poverty, as mentioned by Queen, is reduce corruption. If we overnight can eliminate corruption, we will put 4% of the gross domestic product of a nation back into the nation's economy and wealth, okay? And that is what blockchain can do. As Andrew mentioned, the security aspects of it, you take the control from the human. We are all corruptible. I preach goodness, but I know I'm a man. I am corruptible, okay? I have all the sins of this world upon me, okay? So take that sin away from me and give it to the blockchain that will take away the corruption of mankind and eliminate that 4%. With that 4%, do you know how many? We can buy 500 million phone and give it to the poor and say, here's your $1.25. Put it into this phone that we're giving you from the 4% that we're saving you, okay? This is your own money. You are your own investor. Take control of your own destiny, okay? You are no longer poor. You can control your own money, okay? So that is our goal. That is what we want to do. That's what we want to put action into our talk. So obviously, I'm not going to rehash the fraud corruption part of it, which Yascoin and GUC are embedded in their technology, okay? It is a vital component of security that people, when they use their financial, their 125, they know it is there, it's secure, and they can use it for quick, fast transaction. Now, that's blockchain. So where's the AI come into it? If you go to any expert now, it's all about AI, blockchain, okay? AI is simple. It's a machine that thinks for itself. It can be dangerous unless you program it correctly. With our moral code that we developed through our collective, we will program it correctly, okay? But AI uses vast amount of data to process, okay? Vast, trillions bits of information that it needs to process to get the right information, analyze it. So blockchain, as Nicholas said, is a chain of block. So that is why AI and blockchain is a perfect marriage. AI is the next thinking machine, but it needs lots of data for it to process and come up with the right solution. Blockchain is that data management system that gets together, and that's why people are now these days talking about AI and blockchain. But the two are not the same, but they will going forward, okay? So with the panel of experts, of doers, not just talkers, but doers, that is the next stage of the evolution, is integrate artificial intelligence and blockchain. Now, along with giving 1 billion in Africa their own cell phone, so their own investor, we are going to turn every single app user with the cell phone, the billions around the world, to be part of the climate change activists, okay? So as Queen pointed out, even though 97% believes it, the 3%, there's a lot of ambiguity in the data. The data is locked up in the hierarchy of academia where I'm from. The common people, I'm afraid, are not part of that argument. And because they're not part of that argument, they don't believe in it, okay? Seriously, they don't believe in it. A lot of people still come to me, Dr. Ying, you're a nuclear physicist. Is there really global warming? Is there? I mean, I see it out there. It's like freezing out there. How can there be global warming? I'm freezing my butts up. There can't be global warming, okay? Therefore, along with the app that we'll create to manage your wealth, we're going to create the same app that will have its own artificial intelligence, so you can enter your own data. So all 7 billion people on this planet one day will have their own phone to control their own financial thing. They will also be their own climate change activists. They will enter their own localized climate data, what the temperature like, what the sea level like, what the humidity like, everything. All that will go to a single AI machine that whether the United Nations, it will not belong to any one nation. It will be independent. It will be accessible to the whole world. Okay, so you take the biasing out of it. So we want to turn every single human being on this world to combat poverty and to combat climate change. Okay, so with your help and with these experts that are doing things now, they're doing things, they're not just talking about it, we will follow what the UN Secretary General said. We will combat poverty by embracing blockchain. But we are going to go to the next step, to the next evolution. We're going to take the artificial intelligence and also combat climate change. Yes, that's only 2 solutions of the 17 that the UN, but like you said to you, you know, we all got to take baby steps. As the saying goes, the impossible we can do. Miracles will just take a little bit longer. And I thank you all for listening to us and giving this opportunity of how we can work together to eliminate poverty and climate change, and how we can basically do the mandate that the ambassador Gambia has set for us and Queen has set for us from the day I told her, Dr. Ying, bring me solution. Less talking, more walking. Thank you very much.